my intention was to attend this MediGrow course was to know about tax planning, bit of a debt reduction, and know about the self-managed super funds and how I can utilize my savings and the super both to purchase a property or probably looking at the existing property portfolio and see how we can enhance or expand, or we can actually have a strategic planning as we go into the pretty much retirement phase. And I think there was a fantastic team of Julio and Dominic, and they were both really awesome speakers and received a really good value-added advice where pretty much I think it gave me a really good insight that what we should be looking at very early part of the career when we actually working too hard as a doctor or dentist myself, and then looking into also helping our children to understand what's the importance of the wealth creation, minimizing the debt, and also of course looking forward rather than keep looking at the little figures. Of course the tax planning and all that helps, but I think how to reduce the debt in a very strategic way with a very little investment, but being regular, consistent and mindful of what we are doing on a day-to-day basis, because sometimes we get trapped into working too hard rather than working too smart. So thank you team at MediGrow to help us getting a really good insight in our financial wealth. If you are a doctor, dentist, physiotherapist or any medical profession, we pretty much get so busy working hard in our professional life that we forget that we are more technician rather than a smart entrepreneur or a businessman. So if you're starting your career, or if you are in the middle of career, or you actually ending your career, I think it is for all age group. I think it would be really good to get into this financial strategic planning and advice, looking into your finances with a big lens so that you can actually make right decisions in a very early life and career. So I would highly recommend to get in early so that you don't regret later.
Hey guys, I've just been to the latest MediGrow conference today where I spent time with Julio De Lafitte and kindly asked me to provide my story. I've been working with MediGrow for a few years, been able to accumulate assets of my own and create wealth for me and my family. And I have to say, thank you so much to Julio and his team that have been able to guide me in this journey. So if you are thinking about embarking on this, don't look any further than Julio and his team at MediGrow. Thanks very much.
So what were the three biggest points that made me want to come here? One was I liked the way how Jules said "Dear Doctor" on Instagram. The second one was I was getting into this rhythm of buying properties or maybe a little bit of lifestyle inflation. And I could kind of predict a ceiling for where my life was going. And I wanted to see if there was any different perspectives on how I could take my life and my financial trajectory that wasn't as obvious as I thought it was. So I'd really appreciated that there was definitely a new perspective on what my financial systems are. I really liked how he used the analogy is quite similar to doctors, how we take blood pressure to check patients' health. I think it definitely inspired me to take a review of my own financial systems more regularly, not to be a fanatic about it, but know that when you do take those financial blood pressures for yourself, that there might be a lot of inefficiencies that can cost a lot of money in the long term, that if you made simple changes now would save you possibly millions, which kind of blows my mind. Yeah, especially as a young doctor, you know a few concepts like compounding interest and whatever, and that's only if you're interested. And if you're not interested, I don't think you know, and you fall into this trap where people, your friends, your family tell you you're making more money, you should buy a house. Or you're making more money, you should maybe buy a business. My agent said this, that's that. So I appreciated that there could be better ways, and I definitely got that. The best outcome from this seminar for me is, you said he brought 400 hours worth of reading into this seminar, so there's a lot of things to take home. From the notes, I feel like I will be taking home a lot more enthusiasm in taking the time to spend in researching the way a family or a business's financial structures should be managed or could be managed, and learning the nuances of that and making sure that it's legal and legitimate and at the same time, I guess, responsible to give yourself and your family the best possible future.
Perfect.
Yes, I would recommend this 100%. I got my money's worth in the first 2 hours of him talking. Yeah. And I think I saw a lot of potential in not only what MediGrow as a company did, which I guess I'll learn about more if I get interested and connect with them, but more so in terms of the value that I got by actually coming in person and asking questions when I needed to. It was very good, and a lot of the times he anticipated the questions, so I didn't have to ask many. Yeah.
And what are the next steps for you?
So the next steps for me would be to have a look at my house structures, have a look at my loan structures, have a look at my good debt versus my bad debt, and come up with probably initially a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, and a 20-year plan with my partner, so that we're both on the same page.
Perfect. Amazing. Thank you so much.
No worries.
That was pretty good. Lots of information about tax minimization, financial planning in short term, maybe long term. Lots of good information about different strategies in terms of having a trust company, what's the pros and cons of each option. I think that I'm going to be in touch with Julia and Dominic maybe in the next couple of days and see what they can just do in future all together. So the key was the time and the roadmap, and so we shouldn't miss the time, and we should keep following the track and asking for the experience and experts for the future financial planning, of course.
The medical event initially gave me the impression that maybe my personal understanding is I was expecting to more focus on tax reduction, but actually when I came in, entirely blew up in my mind. It actually covers all structures in finance. It really helps, I think, doctors to understand the loopholes of the financial structures, not just tax deduction, but as well as how to improve your wealth in the long term while maintaining your same lifestyle. I think in that part, I think it's a fantastic event. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I guess the biggest outcome for me is I've become more confident and positive about my ability to managing my finance in the future. At least a positive hope, because I booked a appointment with Sam with the hope that I can get into the financial benefits from take into action of the seminar straight away with my current situation. I guess it's analysis bridge to actions really motivates me to learn more about my finance and utilize medicine as not just a source of income, but also I would like to use this to expand my personal development. I definitely would recommend to other doctors because I feel like many of my friends, we are in the similar boat, and they are one of my best friends. I don't want myself just be a rich person or wealthy person. I really want all my friend circles who benefits from it, because I think the wealth is not an eternity, but the connection you link up with other people make this more meaningful in general. I think wealth, you should spread it instead of holding on to it. Yeah.